Hey guys, Ken from Investing Made Easy here. Today we're going to be continuing our series on investing $1,000 into $1 million. Today we have episode 3. But before we start, I'd like to apologize for the lack of videos in this past month. I've had a lot of exams going on, but now they're over and I have a lot more time to make YouTube videos. This video took me a huge amount of time to make, so if you could like this video and subscribe, it would be much appreciated. Right, now that's out the way, let's get on to the video. Once again, I have made a few changes to the stock picker. Firstly, I've adjusted the scores for the dividend yield as the score was too lenient for companies barely hitting above their average. I did a similar thing to earnings per share growth, as too many companies were hitting the maximum points available. Finally, I made another change of which I'm going to go into a bit more depth in the next slides. So, using the stock screener on Finviz, I took a sample of 89 companies and ran them through my stock picker. As you can see from the frequency table, 70% of our data lies in the middle 3 classes. When I do my standard deviation calculation later, you will see about 69% of our data does lie within one standard deviation of the mean. Furthermore, we get a symmetrical bell-shaped curve, and therefore we can use the normal distribution. Now, if we look at the calculations that I've done to find the normal distribution that we're going to map with, first we need to find the mean mu. This is pretty easy, and it's the sum of the scores divided by the number of results. From this, we found a mean value of 95.67. The next step is to find the variance and the standard deviation. The smaller value of the standard deviation, the less spread there is between our data. The variance is calculated using the sum of the squared values of the scores divided by the number of values. Then you take away the square of the mean, which we just calculated. To find the standard deviation, we just need to square root the variance. Now we have these variables, we can come up with an equation for the normal distribution that this data follows. From this, S follows a normal distribution with a mean of 95.67 and a variance of 15.80 squared. The next step is to find our critical values. Essentially, on the right tail, any value larger than the critical value is said to be significant. Any value larger than the critical value is probably too large to fit into this distribution. The same is said for the left tail, but with lower values rather than larger values. I am using these two critical regions to give us our 3 bounds. The green invest bound are values larger than the right critical value, and the red bound is values lower than the left critical value. For this set of data, I use a significance level of 10% split into 2 tails. This gives us a region of 5% on both ends of the distribution. Using the inverse normal function, the critical values that I've received were 121.66 and 69.69. Okay, now onto the stocks that I've picked to run through my stock picker. As you can see in the top left, the only stock above our critical value is Aegon, with a score of 123.38. In this case, I'm going to invest all of our £1,000 into this company. Filling this into our portfolio, we can see how we're doing. From here, we can see that overall we have made a profit on a majority of our stocks. Thanks for watching, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. This is Ken from Investing Made Easy, and I'll see you.